Lord Risby.
Ask the question standing in my name on the order paper.
My Lords, we remain concerned about the situation in the Maldives. We agree with the Commonwealth Ministerial Action Group that early elections are required to establish confidence in the legitimacy of those who govern the country. We welcome the appointment of Sir John McKinnon as the Commonwealth Special Envoy. We are pressing for all sides to show calm and restraint and to work towards a sustainable political solution.
My Lords, the image of the Maldives as a tropical tourist paradise is indeed correct, but it was not a democracy until 2008, when elections finally took place, and the individual who was selected as the president by the people of the Maldives, Mohamed Nasheed, had suffered personal abuse at the hands of imprisonment and actually had exile in this country, a terrible personal saga. A few weeks ago, he resigned, clearly under duress. And we have a situation now whereby the new government is unwilling to undertake elections. I would therefore ask my noble friend, the Minister, if democratic underpinnings and democratic consent is the basis of the Commonwealth, then unless these elections take place quickly, suspension of the Maldives in the Commonwealth should be considered.
Well, my noble friend is, of course, very close to the situation and has followed it over the years. On the last part of his question, it's, of course, for the Commonwealth as a whole, not for an individual member, to decide about membership, and that is a matter that they come to when they judge it appropriate. I don't think it's arisen so far in this case, but the rest of my noble friend's analysis is exactly right. Of course, we must move to encourage democratic elections. That is exactly what is proposed in the India brokered plan, which we welcome and support, for there to be early elections. So far, a commission of inquiry has been established, the special envoy has been reported, the Commonwealth Ministers' Action Group was there last month as a fact-finding mission, and our own High Commissioner was there last week. So, yes, that's right, elections are what are needed to establish legitimacy.
Privileged to get to know President Nasheed very well. I was very, very impressed by this young, dynamic world leader. And as a member of the Commonwealth, is the government doing enough to make sure that there's a genuine, independent, international inquiry into what happened, which some say is tantamount to a coup? Does the government agree with this? And would the government press for early elections? Because that's got to be the best solution.
No, we don't recognise this as a coup. There has been obviously this change. President Mr. Nadim was someone known to many people and greatly admired, and we need to establish still the full circumstances as to what occurred. We hope the Commission of Inquiry will do that. But the pressure is on, yes. The Commonwealth, through Don McKinnon and others, is pressing very hard that there should be early elections and it should be established what the legitimate government of the Maldives is, and then we can proceed calmly to repair the damage and see the situation is restored where the Maldives, as my noble friend has said, remains the paradise and attractive tourist area which it has always been, and where it continues to be, because at the moment we do not judge that there's any danger in the tourist areas.
It's not encouraging that the Commonwealth is playing... It's not encouraging that the Commonwealth, true to its proper role, is playing such a positive and key role, just as, for example, Chief Emeka Anyuku did as Commonwealth Secretary-General over South Africa. But is it not therefore disappointing that the Perth JOGM have failed to reach agreement on an enhanced role, both for the Secretary-General and indeed for the Secretariat as a whole? So can the noble Minister say whether there is any positive progress in terms of the role of the Secretariat and the Secretary-General likely to emerge over this coming year?
Yes, it is. The position is not quite as the noble Lord described it. They didn't fail at the heads of government meeting to reach agreement. They, in fact, agreed on a whole ring of reinforcements of the upholding of standards in the Commonwealth by the Commonwealth Ministers' Action Group and a new mandate for the Secretary-General. But The action in the Maldives is a demonstration, which I welcome, of, I hope, a much more active role to come. There are a whole range of other proposals which were put forward by the Eminent Persons Group, which are being discussed. They haven't been shelved, they were going to be discussed at a ministerial task force and analysed further when Commonwealth foreign ministers meet in the autumn and taken forward, and my hope is that a great many of them will be implemented. There remain some which are difficult, I fully agree, but generally there is a huge surge in commitment throughout the Commonwealth to be a body that truly upholds the standards of democracy, human rights, good governance and the rule of law.
My Lords, has it now been agreed that the Committee of National Inquiry, which has been formed to investigate the legality of the transfer in February, should be reinforced by a person nominated by the United Nations? And secondly, could I ask my little friend, will the CMAG at its meeting in April look into a plan B in the event of it being unable to persuade the parties that elections should be held before the end of the year?
I think both those prospects or propositions are really up to Sir Don McKinnon, the Special Envoy. He is, I think he's been in the islands, in Mali, in the last few days. I think he leaves today, and he will be looking at precisely those points. That our hope and determination must be that the elections are brought about. If they are not, then of course we would have a new and more difficult situation, and it would require further resolution and further effort. But for the moment we concentrate on following the plan which the Indians have so helpfully brokered.
Baroness Stir.